Hey, good morning everybody. This is Harold, and this is January the 26th, 2016. Please give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe to the video, and it'll be greatly appreciated. If you have any comments, put them below, and I'll try my best to answer them. Okay, so far this year, I keep saying that the stock is crashing, the oil stock is crashing. And I've said it every day in January of 2016. And like I said, today's the 26th. I was wrong on 2 days. The stock had a little bump, a little bounce up. But don't be fooled by that. That's called the pump and dump. All the powers to be are the big money guys. They're buying their own stock back and get you involved in buying their stock back. And once you do that and the stock goes up a little bit, they sell. Well, when they do that, they make billions of dollars. So I'm here to help you keep an eye on your money. So overnight, China's stock sold off 6% again. And the guys on the channels that talk about the stocks and everything. I watched 3 or 4 different channels and I searched the internet. The stock went down 6% and they say, this is a strong economy. Buy, buy, buy. And what I say is lie, lie, lie. Because this is not a strong economy. We still got 90+ million people in the United States out of work that's not even looking for work. They say unemployment is 5%, it's more like 50%. So this is not a good economy, especially in the United States. The Apple Watch, so far they're calling that a failure. It was no good. A few people bought it that are into that, and it just didn't take off like Apple thought it would. So their stock is slowly retreating. I don't know how stock that sells that type of product can go up that high anyway. But anyway, and Mr. Bloomberg is talking about running for president. Now, all he's going to do is get in there and complicate things even worse than they already are. And why would he do that? He's talking about spending $1 billion. You know how much good he could do for the homeless and the kids that don't have food to eat with $1 billion rather than just trying to aggravate and get into a race that he can't win. And he's talking about running as an independent. Have you ever heard of an independent winning the presidential race? I'm not a scholar or a historian scholar on presidents, but I don't remember any independents winning in my lifetime. So there's 2 large banks merging, Huntington and Fisher Merritt. They're going to merge. It's going to end up being a $3.4 billion merger. And they're talking about how it's a good economy, strong economy. But if you look at their charts, at their stock charts, both of their stocks are plummeting. This is going down. So they keep pumping and dumping, trying to get it back up by saying it's a good economy when their stock is going down. But they're merging to try to save each other, I suppose. I don't really know the facts behind it, but you can clearly look at their stock charts and see that both stocks have gone down, taken a hit. The Fed is meeting today and tomorrow, and they're not going to do anything. The Fed has already put in trillions of dollars into the stock market trying to prop it up. And finally they've slowed down a little bit on that, but it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't come back and say something about they're going to put money back in the stock market again to try to keep it artificially high where it's at. It needs to go down and level off where it needs to be, where it's supposed to be. And all these big companies buying their own stock back and the U.S. government buying stock back, and artificially keeping the stock market up, it's just, it's not right. It's not right. And as far as the interest rate, you know, Janet Yellen's going to come out and say this or that or the other. You know, we should have already been at 5 or 6% on the interest rate. And the reason I say that, yeah, some mortgages might go up a little bit, or car loans. Car loans aren't going to go up much, because car loans, if you don't have real good credit, they're already charging you 18% interest. So the 5 or 6%, if she was to raise it to 5 or 6%, what that would do, it would start actually making banks start paying you for money that you have in your savings accounts and different accounts where you have money parked that you're getting 0 or 1/4% interest. At least you would start getting some interest back on that money. They're keeping the interest rate low for all these companies that have a glutton of money already. I mean, these companies that sell off, you know, in the day and then buy it back the next day, they have billions and billions of dollars in reserve, and the banks have more cash on hand now than they've ever had in the history of banks. But the federal government is keeping the interest rate low so they can have cheap money. Why? That's an oxymoron. That's just stupid. Why would they have it artificially low for the banks and the big companies to get cheap money when they've already got a glutton of money? That just don't make no sense. Makes no sense at all. So when you hear about the car sales and they talk about how good it is, that's lies. When you hear about jobs, that's lies. Like I already said, the unemployment rate really in the United States should be around 50%. You got 300 million people. You know, you got kids that are ineligible to work because they're too young. So you got maybe 200 million, 250 million that would be eligible to work. And we got 95 million not working. That's closer to 50% than it is 5%. Okay, oil stocks overnight has been up and down. You know, they're right around $30.38 is what the stock is. But I predict it'll be down or go sideways today. But on the China stock market, where it dropped 6% overnight, I would say that we're probably going to end up down substantially today. They say 40 points maybe. I say probably more than that. I'm looking for 15,500. If we get below that and stay below that, then that's when it's gonna go a lot lower. But they could keep doing the buyback and keep the stock market going sideways for a while. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say today the stock market will be down again at the end of the day in the United States. So this is Harold, bringing you a little bit more on the stock market, January the 26th, 2016. And I always tell you, keep an eye on your money.